Yeah, welcome back to the We're Not Serious podcast. We got a special episode today. It's actually more sad than special. Timmy couldn't be here with us, and we really are missing you, Timmy. R.I.P., brother. No, he honestly, I think he was being a little irresponsible. And he fucking called me at 1 o'clock, and he went to the rodeo without us last night because I got off work. Well, I got off work after it already started, and I was like, fuck no. And yeah, and I called him like at 10 o'clock multiple times because I knew it was over about 10, and I was like, hey, we'll fucking do the probably for the weekend tonight, I think he was getting a little rowdy at the rodeo.
Probably. Well, last rodeo, he was in there and he was like, if that dude looks at my kid again, I'm going to beat him.
Yeah, like he's going to beat the shit out of some 30-something-year-old because he looked at his kid wrong. Did he really say that?
Yeah. No, well, because his kid threw the hat.
Oh, shit.
And then Timmy was like, yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude. It's always the people in the front row. It's like, bitch, you got the best seats. Chill out.
Our bad that the two kids
that bull might shit on you. You're in the fucking splash zone. Yeah. Dude, that fucking was kind of their setup. Like, you don't want your children to be up there, dude. That bull will fucking squish you.
Oh, yeah. Well, especially with, like, the gate and how the rocks are set up right behind. Like, a kid could put his feet in between the gate and the rocks.
Yeah, worst
case
scenario.
Kid's feet are gone.
God, dude, I'm like, I can throw up. I will be so useless in that situation.
Yeah. I'd be taking, like, videos. I'd be like, world star.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, bitch, you got knocked out. Zoom in on him, the kid's just dead.
Kid's ankles are like dangling there. You're just like, get fucked.
Yeah, dude, yeah. So, anyways, Timmy, he was up. He called me at 1. I fucking ignored. I was fucking like, seriously, dude, And then today he was tired. He slept until 10.
Oh my goodness.
That's late for him. He's like, whenever he's at my house, sleeping over, even if he's got his kids, dude, he's up at like 5.
Dude,
he's a concrete guy. It's wired into him. Yeah. Then he slept in, and then he had to help his dad set up a 22-foot fucking pool, and it was 93 degrees today. It was like the first real hot day.
He's like, "Yo, we gotta get this pool done."
He was like, "Oh, dude, so my phone, I don't have it." So I was texting him the whole time because he was ignoring me, and I was like, dude, don't be gay, you roper. I was like, you can't use setting up a pool as an excuse to get out of doing the podcast tonight. And he didn't text me back. And then, like, an hour later, I was like, okay, I guess you really will enjoy Pride Month. Then, like, he didn't text me back. And then the next day, I texted him first thing, and I was like, you like lady boys. And then what did I call him? Like I think a cock gobbler. And then he calls me and he's like, what the fuck? And then like he didn't even see I'm like, read all the text, dude. You progressively got gayer.
Progressively went down the ladder.
Yeah, dude. Like I don't know. Maybe he's not even gay anymore because like gay people, are pretty reliable. They're gay. He's more trans, dude. He's not reliable. You never know what the fuck he's gonna do.
And you're worried about me taking my nicotine in the video. You're over here talking about how trans people are unreliable.
Oh, dude. Like, I mean, if you can't even decide which bathroom to use, you probably don't want to trust you with a big task.
Fair enough. I just go for the one that's...
Just kidding. I love the trans people, dude. You guys are awesome at sports.
I'm too stunned to speak right now. I've never seen trans sports.
No, it's just women's sports, but pretty soon it'll just be trans women's sports. Anyways, we're in Oregon, so we're close to the scene here.
Yeah.
But in another
there's more gay people here than straight people.
Yeah, I doubt that, but
no.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I guess you know what, dude? Because now, dude, like everyone's like they identify as gay even if they're married to the opposite sex. They're like, yeah, but I'm still gay. Like they just want to be a part of the club, dude.
Well, like what's it called? The protest that Ben had a couple years ago. They had half of Ben's population there. Yeah, and it was all LGBT.
Dude, gay fights are crazy, dude. Because they fight dirty, bro. I had a lot of gay buddies that I did not want to scrap with, dude. If I was about to get jumped, I'm like bringing all my gay friends, dude.
Well, and then you gotta also fear that like they might just nibble on your earlobe
dude.
a little bit in that fight.
This is borderlining on like sexual, like. Dude, I saw
just
this.
And they're like, oh, you want to wrestle?
I saw this article where it was like a new study suggests that a new trend is happening where straight men are attracted to trans women. And I'm like, no, dude, they're just gay. And then somebody's like, and I respect it, like, I'll call you ma'am and shit, but like, you know, science is science, you know, and fucking somebody's like, they identify as a woman, so they are a woman. I'm like, listen, if you're sucking a dick, taking a dick, or fucking something with a dick, you're gay. Like, that's just kind of how it is. Like, you know?
Yeah. I mean, my outlook on it is that you do you.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, my grandfather was gay,
yeah.
and on my mom's side, and he was the coolest dude I ever met. I mean, even
gay people are awesome, dude.
On his deathbed, we drove all the way down to New Mexico to go see him, and he's got some sort of disease. I don't know what it was called, but it pretty much, his brain worked fine, but his entire body was shutting down. And
that sucks, dude.
He was sitting there, and we're like, he was about to, because in New Mexico it's legal to get the suicide pill.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
In New Mexico?
In New Mexico.
Timmy and I have actually talked about New Mexico. It's like the shithole. Like, we want to give Mexico back.
Yeah.
New Mexico. Go back to old Mexico, dude.
Fucking shithole,
dude. I mean, that's where Breaking Bad takes place.
Yeah. But
we know how that show ended.
Oh, yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Shit, getting demonetized again.
Dude.
But no, so before you taking the cyanide pill, we're like, what's the last thing you want before, like, you know, you...
yeah.
And he was like, the only thing I want you guys to do is I want you to go down to the chocolate store, and I want you to get me a big, black 12-inch chocolate dick. And we're like, what?
Dude.
And on his deathbed, he was like, he had his husband there, Avi, super cool dude, and yeah,
Avi, like obviously, or
like that's his name.
Oh, I thought you were like Avi, dude.
No, Avi, yeah, that's his name, and he had Avi just hand feed him this 12-inch chocolate dick.
See, that's what I'm saying, dude. They're fucking reliable. You know a gay dude. You know what I mean? He just wants dick.
You can't trust a straight dude.
He's just as much of a hunter and predator as a straight man. He's just hunting for that ass. You know what I mean? Getting up in that tight ass.
All right, Robert. We're not back in jail, okay? Calm down.
Yeah. Everyone in the room's like, what the fuck? This is a professional podcast? Yeah. Fuck yeah, dude. Professional shit, but
we're just not serious.
Speaking and you know, to wrap up this topic, we miss you, Timmy. You know,
oh yeah, I forgot this was all about Timmy.
You know, we can't wait till you're back on. He wants to do one tomorrow, which I might do one. I mean, you guys, the boys might get fed this week, dude. You know,
dude,
fucking like I know that at least 11 of these people are watching consistently, so we'll fucking put out as much content as we can. Yeah, dude, it's good.
My girlfriend puts us on whenever she's doing her makeup.
Oh yeah, dude.
Just watches
Is it good makeup cast? Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see how it is.
Perfect. So it helps you focus.
You don't need to watch a podcast. Listen.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You know, honestly, the video's just for me. I just want to see how good I look, you know. And every time I'm like, oh my god, I look kind of fat. Like, am I really that fat, Jessica?
Are you fat shaming yourself right now?
Dude, okay, speaking of fat shaming, I legit got fat shamed once. So we went skydive Oregon. We went to skydive Oregon, and me and all the boys, one of my buddies was going through a rough time with his wife. He's got 3 kids. I don't want to air out, but so he wanted to do a boys trip. And basically,
don't you have 3 kids?
I do now. But basically, this boys trip, we all were going to go skydiving, and I didn't really know. I kind of knew one of the friends, Bryce, because it was his buddy, but he had started bringing him around a little bit. I didn't even know the other guy. He was his friend from the valley, and so like it was 4 dudes that basically didn't know each other and just met up and went skydiving together. It was actually exhilarating. But anyways, we're all up in there. We already paid, and they're getting us all set, and they make us fill out the application. And I put on there, they ask weight. And at the time, I was like 242 pounds.
Oh my God, you are fat.
And I was like, dude, I'm 242. And then this lady was like, read it, and she's like, oh, you can't go. And I'm like, what do you mean? And like in front of everyone, she's like, if you weigh over 230, you can't jump. Or 220, 230. And then she took me back into the back, and she weighed me. And I took everything off, but she made me keep my shoes on. And I weighed
underwear?
I weighed like no, I had pants and shit on.
wanted to make sure.
230 swinging meat, brother.
Make sure that this wasn't another McDonald's situation from last episode.
Anyway, no, not McDonald's. But anyways, and so like I weighed over, And like she went out and announced, "Yep, this guy's too big. He can't go," to everyone. And I was like, "Oh," and I felt so bad. And then the manager like overheard, and she's like, "What? Like, come back. I'll weigh you." And I was like, can I? I'm wearing work boots. I'm like, "Can I take my boots off? They're probably those 3 pounds." Like trying to everything. Because like I was like, "It's okay, guys. You guys can jump." And then they're all like, "No, we're not jumping without you. We're brothers." And we all just met.
Did you end up jumping?
Yeah, so the manager took me back, and I weighed like 235 or something, and she's like, "Looks like 230 to me," and then she's like, "He's good to go," and she told everyone like, "We'll just get him shoes. They're lighter," and then she was like, "Yeah, we don't have shoes." They're like, "Just jump," and I met all the guys because it was tandem. And I was like, "Just so you know, I actually weighed over 230. Like, and I didn't want them to fucking kill us, Like, then it's not skydiving, it's skydying. And yeah, and they're like, "Dude, we jump with people that are like 300 pounds all the time. Like, they're like, for insurance purposes, we have to put 230, but you're 280 plus, we can totally do it." And he's like, "Honestly, you're like an athletic 230, so like the jump went really smooth because I actually caught myself. We didn't have to fall and eat shit. Sometimes people like fucking are not good at landing, I guess, and it makes it hard for the guy behind them that's trying to land." So,
well, I mean, your feet are like together. So.
Yeah. Well, and then I was, I fucking was a little stoned and I was a little drunk before we did it too. So I was like, "Oh shit." But yeah. So, anyways, how was your week this week? Now that you're YouTube famous.
Oh my god, I worked so much,
dude. Did anyone at work see it?
No.
I'll send them a link.
I hope not. No. That'll expose me, dude.
Expose.
Well, so at work, only a handful of people know that we're dating because my boss is her dad.
Dude, her dad knows you guys are dating.
Well, no shit.
Like you're staying at her house.
Well, no shit. But we're talking about like our employees. Yeah, they don't want anybody else around her because they don't.
Is it conflict of interest or something?
Well, no, he doesn't want everybody to think that like I'm getting special treatment.
Oh, he's just ashamed of you, dude.
Anything like that. Exactly. That's how I feel. Because I think
I've seen this same exact sitcom, dude, like 15 different times. It doesn't have. Is your dad Tim Allen? Oh, okay, never mind. Wrong show.
Wrong show. But it's an old show before.
Wow, dude, I'm old. She just said she doesn't know who Tim Allen is. Dude, I can't even say Home Improvement. I don't think she was born then.
No.
05.
How old are you?
05.
19? 20? You were born in 05. Yeah, she wasn't even born when that show was out, dude.
05?
Yeah, 05, dude. 05. Dude, I was like getting my first tongue action at 05, dude.
Dude, well, you also realize that like when I was born, you were almost as old as my mom. You were like only a couple years younger than my mom.
How old are you?
I'm 20.
Yeah, and I'm 30, so I was 13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my mom was 18 when she had me.
Yeah, that's gross, dude.
How old was she?
She was fucking.
Well, she's just old. It's
My mom
gross
was
because she was
22.
like banging my dad.
My mom had me at 22?
Yes,
Oh my god.
Because she had you at 22, you're 20 years old, and she was 42.
Oh, yeah. Well, Dad was, so, spoiler alert, that is false information. 22, 4 years older, no big deal. That's like 2 years in men years. Fucking, anyways, yeah, our dad was like 15 and a half, 16 when I was born, sometime around there.
Yeah, you were a prom baby.
Yeah.
Well, not really.
Well, I was conceived in the back of a Suzuki Samurai, and I'm pretty sure that's why I like anime.
Dude. Probably.
My mom told me, I'm like,
Japanese
"Ew,
cars.
Mom, you went foreign?"
You went foreign?
Oh, damn it, dude. So we got some special.
How did your mom and dad meet?
Well, you know Riley Hicks?
Yeah.
So my mom was dating his dad all through high school, like 3 years. And she like cheated on him with our dad and then dated our dad for like 3 months. And then when she got pregnant, she like left our dad because he was young and not going to have a kid. And then she got back with that guy. And for a little bit, I guess I almost called him Dad. But,
whoa.
Yeah, but if I didn't, then Riley wouldn't have been Riley.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
true,
So,
true.
And
It's
I like
weird
that
how
dude.
that-
He's a good ass bull
Yeah.
rider.
Yeah, true. It's weird how all that pans out.
Yeah,
together.
well, you got to think about it. This town, when our grandparents graduated high school here, there was like 6,000 people in this town.
Yeah, we're a
So
small town.
everyone's probably inbred. That's why we both got ethnic women, just to make sure. But,
Yeah.
but honestly, Jessica's mom, who is in the house tonight. What's up, Shannon? Yeah.
She's like, don't put me on this thing.
She can't hear the cheering right now,
Oh.
but it is cheering for you. But yeah, she's visiting. But she dated our Uncle Dean.
Really?
In middle
Oh
school.
my God.
And she's like, I just remember your dad being that annoying little boy. And I'm like, you mean like your grandson Maddox? She's like, kind of.
Well, when I was younger, I used to have a rule that I would never date a blonde chick.
Oh, okay. It
all
might
the
be your
sisters-
sister. Yeah.
It might be my sister. And then I had an ex-girlfriend that I dated for like 3 or 4 years, and she was blonde. You remember her.
Yeah, and that came with some luggage.
Yeah.
Or some baggage.
Yep, she stabbed me once.
Yep. And that's what you worry about with the Latinas.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, she hit me in the head with a frying pan.
And honestly, he's smarter now.
Yeah, dude, she knocked some chromies back in space. But for like a solid,
she knocked some chromies.
Yeah, but for like
back in.
for like a solid year, I was meeting her family, and every time I'd ask them, I was like, "Do you know who Robbie Ulam is?" And they'd be like, "Who the fuck is that?"
Dude, okay, just making sure, dude.
God.
Hey, do you guys have an ancestry or a 23andMe we can link up? Make sure that
But now I'm with the Portuguese.
Yeah, now you're with Portuguese, which I love it because to him that's so ethnic. You're still like European as fuck. Like, dude,
I still think
this person from Sweden, bro.
Hey, all I know is that we ain't got any Portuguese in our family.
Dude, our dad used to always tell us we were fucking Polish. Like, he told me growing up that we were Polish
told we were
Jew.
Russian.
Polish Jew, and because Ulam is in the Bible, it's like the name of one of the families in Egypt. One of the 12 families of Israel. Yeah. One of the leads at one point, his first name is Ulam. It's spelled exactly the same. So our dad was like, "Oh, we're Polish Jew." And I did a DNA test, and I'm like 86% Irish. And then our sister Shelby, who's our half sister, she was 53% Irish. And I'm like, I think we're fucking Irish, dude.
Is that why we can all drink so much?
Yeah, but that's why we're so loud anymore. Too. I think.
Yeah, probably.
And you know why Irish people are loud?
Because they're drunk.
Well, no, everyone's houses was far apart, so they screamed, "Hey, come on down to the pub."
Get some NA Coronas.
Oh yeah, dude. Are we 7 minutes in? We might get. Oh yeah. So before we do this reveal, our last podcast that had Calloway as our first podcast guest is also our first podcast that was restricted to 18 and up. And I appealed it. And YouTube was like, "No, this is 18 and up material." So
hey, it's not my fault.
I mean, it's somebody's fault, and we all
Timmy's. I blame Timmy.
We all take blame. I know.
It is Timmy's fault.
I know, dude. Well, Timmy and my other brother Jarrett want to do like a 4-man cast, but we'd have to set the sticks up and be like this close to each other, like
other.
Hey,
We're already related.
Yeah, we're already related, so it's just incest at that point.
I'm pretty sure that's a real good way to get
wrong state.
Right
this
there.
is not Alabama. Sorry.
No, we're just in
not
Oregon.
Alabama. Yeah, because you don't find Mexican women in Alabama.
No. One of these.
What? Another one of these? Order 2, because then we wouldn't have the sound. I wonder if we can. I just need to get another one with bigger buttons.
Can you make an adapter, or can we get an adapter?
No, I actually went into Best Buy, and the guy looked at me like I was a fucking idiot. He's like, "No, they'll interfere with each other." And I was like, what the fuck is that face, dude? Like, that's a little passive aggressive. I'm, the gays, dude. I'm telling you, they're bitches.
I went into Best Buy once to buy
the
a
white
phone.
Gays are the worst, dude. Dude, the white gays, dude. They're like all entitled and shit, dude. Because they still got a little bit of colonizer in them. Right. Like, we're a victim, bitch. Fucking shut up and get your latte. Sit down.
Go back to Starbucks.
This is McDonald's, bro. You don't give a fuck. Yeah, dude.
I'm gonna go wait in my Dutch Bros line now in my Jeep like I'm a basic white girl. Fuck you.
Yeah, dude. Dude. So, yeah, I've been talking a lot, and I think I want to get a pistol. Not for the gays. No, they're cool. Like, it's not that. I just, for... Sorry, guys.
You can't just go back from insulting the gays.
I wasn't
to going,
insulting them. I was
wanna buy a
encouraging their
pistol.
behavior, you know? I'm fucking endorsing the gays personally on this podcast,
I
dude.
honestly think we need more gay people in the world.
Yeah,
They're
dude.
funny as shit.
Yeah, and plus, you know, population. We should stop that.
Yeah,
Slow it
we have
down
a
just a little bit,
population
dude.
issue.
You know, when China was like throwing all those girl babies in the garbage, that wasn't right. But you know, maybe the control idea that they had was good. Yeah,
Yeah.
Don't throw the babies in the garbage. You know, some of us will keep them. You know.
Yeah.
You know.
Just send them to
Oh,
the-
not that one.
send them to
But
Fucking hell.
oh yeah, Jessica, where's your topic board? Let's see what topics, Jessica,
I
our
thought you
producer.
wanted to buy a pistol.
Oh yeah, I do want to buy a pistol, but I'm like afraid I'm gonna buy a bad one. You know, like
No,
not-
I know guns.
well, that's what everyone says, and
Yeah, but
then I buy
used
it on
to-
impulse without
I used to
anyone there.
allegedly sell guns to gang members that my mom knew
Dude,
back in California.
did you ever watch that movie about the gun runner? Did you ever watch a movie about the gun runners? They like basically just started their arms dealers from the U.S. And there's a website. I looked it up. There's a website you can go to.
Called War Dogs?
I think so. Yeah,
Is
War
War
Dogs.
Dogs?
Yeah, dude. And there's like I went to that website, and
Yeah,
you
it's a
can
real
literally buy guns there, and then make cells. Like you could do that shit.
It's a real thing.
Yeah, dude.
And the
Part of me
reason
was
why-
like, I should do this, and then part of me is like, no, it's too much work.
It's all legal.
Yeah, I know. It's
Yeah.
just a lot of work,
Just
dude.
give-
Make
just
sure
give
the guns
Timmy,
get there. You
like-
can't mail them in a package or something. Like, here's your guns.
Yeah.
You can mail guns?
Yeah, you can mail guns now.
Oh, fuck, dude. Don't tell people in California that. They're going to get guns from
I think
Chicago.
you have to have like a certain type of like license.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
when you go...
Of course, you need a license for everything now, dude. It's
No.
like to fart at a park, you need a license.
Dude, I need a license to drive.
Yeah. Yeah, you do need a license to drive.
When I used to steal my sister's car, I used to put a phone book on
Yeah.
the seat, and I would like zip tie wooden plates to the pedals because I was like 11 years old.
Yeah.
I couldn't fucking reach the pedals, and I used to just do that all the time until I got pulled over, and the cop was like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Dude.
And I was like, "Oh, I'm just trying to go pick up my sister," and he was like, "Dude, you're like 11 or 12, like you can't be driving."
Yeah.
And
This is in Montana in 72, brother.
he called my mom, and I just had to get picked up. I didn't get any charges for it. And I knew that I was going to get away with it because right when the cop walked up, I was doing donuts in the Ben High parking
Yeah,
lot
that'll-
at like 1 o'clock in the
No,
morning.
dude, this is the part where he incriminates himself.
I was already incriminated.
Yeah.
But
Like,
the only reason why I got...
Random person at Walmart. Anything they want to know about his life.
it's like, yeah, I got arrested right here. This same cash out line.
I have been arrested in Walmart here before.
He says he will.
Yeah.
Like,
And if he hasn't
done some
been
bad
arrested
shit.
there, he'll make it a point to get arrested.
Well, I got arrested for throwing a Hot Wheel over the aisle, and I hit some girl in the head on accident.
You fucking
Turns out that's a
dumbass.
battery charge,
Yeah.
and yeah.
So it knocked her batteries out.
No. Yeah, she needed a recharge after that too.
She's like,
Fucking
dude. So yeah, we went to the Comic-Con.
yeah.
And I went as Red Guardian, and as I showed you,
Yeah.
and all these fucking nerds were like, "Yeah, Red Guardian!" And like I started getting into it. I was like, "Hey, comrade, how are you doing?"
Oh no, Robert's embarrassing himself.
But no, you know what the coolest part was? There was this
You
like,
got a tattoo.
well, no, that was a pretty cool part. But it was there was this like special needs dude, like a Spectrum kid. He was on it, and he was Captain America. And he came up to me and he's like, "Yo, can I get a picture with you?" And I was like, "Yeah, buddy," you know. And so I got a picture. I was like a celebrity there, and I met the voice of Goku
Really?
from Dragon Ball Z,
Yeah.
the English dub voice. So
Yeah.
that's the one. He was also the voice of Rolf from Ed, Ed and Eddie.
Was he really?
Yeah, you met. Hey, Ed boys.
way.
Like, oh yeah, and I did get a nerdy tattoo for $150. Show
Hey,
the camera.
you know what?
It's a beholder. Behold, my beholder. That sounds like super fucking kind of sexual.
Sounds like the beginning of a Pornhub.
Yeah, point. What's your search look like?
Fucking-
Behold. That's all you put in the
Behold the
search bar.
beholder.
You're like, what's this gonna get me?
Fuck it
Oh,
out.
Jessica's mom's watching us do this podcast. I don't know if this is good. We've been married 10 years.
It'll buff right
She's like,
out.
at this point, she's accepted it. I
Well,
think.
has she met? Have you met Dad before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah? Oh,
remember?
dude,
She
she's
dated
fine.
his older brother.
Oh, that's right. You dated the older brother.
Yeah.
That's right. God, this
Yeah.
town is too small.
Yeah, it is too small. She barely lived here too, didn't she? Like, did you grow up here?
No, I lived here for like 5 years.
5 years and just ended up coming. That's what it does, dude. It's like a black hole. It like
Yeah.
sucks shit back in. Yeah, you think you got all settled, and then next thing you know, I'm pregnant.
God,
Just
I'm
kidding,
so,
babe. I love you.
I'm so scared to have a kid. I do not want to have a kid.
Dude, I don't know. Your old lady, she's pretty good with kids, and you guys
No,
are young.
dude,
You
she
should wait.
fucking loves
You should wait
kids.
at least a year and a half.
Don't even smile at me like that.
Conversation did I get?
She just walked back in the house and
Hey,
we're talking about kids.
he brought it up.
Skip order.
But she literally, like, Calloway, I'm like, yeah, dude, Timmy can't do the podcast tonight. I really need to get one out, you know. You want to do it? And he's like, we're on our way. And I was like, sweet. And I was like, and your girlfriend could be in the podcast and share
And she was like, fuck no.
She can share the microphone with you. And she literally was like, no, I just want to get high and play with the baby.
Yeah. Dude, she loves kids.
And-
We will, like, be walking down the street. And she'll,
Non-alcoholic beer.
Yep.
Non-alcoholic.
NAs.
Okay. NAs. We're celebrating.
Unlike Timmy.
That's why we're
we
so
actually quit.
silly right now. I got a little loose. I took a drink and a half.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even take, I took half a drink.
He's like the placebo. What did you say earlier? You did peyote?
Peyote.
I'm like,
Peyote.
I think you're still on it, dude.
Probably. Fucking, it was some Warm Springs kids. It might have not been
dude.
that. It might have been fat, but
Dude.
I don't really know.
Fetty, well, you became
Well, it-
Fetty Wap.
Well, it seemed a lot like doing horse tranks. Have you ever done horse tranks?
I have not. I've done ketamine.
Yeah, I don't
Okay, kind of the same thing.
Yeah, I fucking
No,
don't
it
like
is the
that
same
shit,
thing.
dude.
I loved horse tranks.
Why? You're just off the radio. You're like,
Yeah.
dude, do
there's-
heroin like a
there-
normal person.
No, I wasn't that big of a fuck up. Come on. No,
Hey, everyone gets caught smoking heroin once, dude. Come on.
I didn't.
I'm just fucking with you. That's just a made-up statistic.
Okay.
I think I heard Trump say it. But, dude, what was I gonna say though? There's
black one that's right next to the.
oh, she's teaching them how to do this. Jessica wants to know, when will THC be federally legal?
Fucking probably in like a year.
Yeah, I don't know. I could see like Trump doing it on his way
Yeah.
out to be like, see, Republicans are cool.
Yeah, right. Like, we get stoned in our living rooms and
Yeah.
do podcasts.
He's like, oh yeah, weed's good. I love it. I said, hey, what good weed you got there?
But I mean, to be honest, like, weed does have a lot of benefits to it as well, though.
Yeah.
It's like, for me, I panic like a motherfucker. on
Yeah, you
weed.
probably need to
But-
smoke like an indica, like hard indica, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, sativas do that to me sometimes too, and I
Wait,
always
no, because indica's body high.
no, indica is like more of a downer, and the sativa is more of an upper.
Yeah, I need the one that makes me absolutely retarded. Because because my last experience smoking, I just got out of jail, just got done with probation, and I was holding my phone, and I was like, oh shit, my buddies are online. I'm gonna go play video games with
Yeah,
them. So we're playing
classic.
video games. Yeah.
Classic single guy.
And yeah, exactly. Well, obviously, I just got broken up with. I fucking was in jail at the age of 16. But so we're playing games, and my friends start lighting up. So I'm like, fuck, dude, I'm gonna light my bong up too. I just got off probation. I light it up, and I snap the bowl because I'm dumb, and I'm like, oh, I can handle it. I've been fucked up. I've done drugs, yada yada. And I was sitting there, and like, I shit you not, 20 minutes later in the game, I go silent, and I just stopped moving. And my buddies are like, dude, we're getting fucked up. Like, you need to come over here. You need to help us out. And I just go, nah, I need to get the fuck off. And I turned my entire
Full
PC
panic
off.
mode, dude.
Full panic
Yeah.
mode. Turned my PC.
You're like, they're fucking watching me. I know it.
Well, you know that, like, feeling when you get that, like, hot line from the top of your head all the way down to your body, like that warm wave.
No, dude, that might be a
dude.
neurological issue.
Okay, I got that, and I was like, I need to get the fuck off. And they're like, no. And I just turned my entire PC off.
Yeah.
And so I'm sitting in bed, and I'm just holding my phone on the edge of the bed because I'm like, I'm going to throw the fuck up. And
Oh,
I'm sitting
dude.
there, and my phone, I couldn't feel it. Like, I couldn't feel the weight of it anymore. And I was sitting there, and I was like, what the fuck?
You're like, my hand is paralyzed.
Like, my mom just got out of, like, back surgery, so
Yeah.
she's high as fuck on the couch, passed out. It's like 3 a.m. now, and I'm like, I'm panicking so hard. I need to wake my mom up. I need to wake my mom up.
Yep.
So I go and I wake her up, and she's like, she rolls over, and she's like, dude, I swear to fuck, this better be good. And I was like,
I'm in my slumber.
I was like, I got super stoned. I'm panicking. I don't know what the fuck's happening. And she was like, Calloway, let me get this straight. You just went to jail from 16 to 17.
Yeah.
And then house arrest on the strictest probation any teenager in Central Oregon has seen for God knows how long.
It's the world. I think it's in the Guinness Book.
And they're like, and my mom was like, and you're scared of fucking weed.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, yeah, I took it from you and your stash that you had. And turns out it was like some boink ass fucking weed that she got from some dealer.
Dude, hopefully it wasn't spice. That shit, I had a fucking panic attack on spice.
What's spice?
It's like fake weed. I don't even synthetic weed. And it's fucking not a fun one.
Dude, I was panicking hard. And I've never panicked on weed before.
Yeah.
But now every time I smoke, freak the fuck out.
Dude, fucking one time me and Karen got our dad to smoke, and we were all fucking hammered. We were drinking whiskey out of this little whiskey gas pump.
Yeah.
And fucking we got them all stoned. And this is Arizona. It was like, they call it Mersh down there. Like you can get like 7 grams for $20. At least 10 years ago you could, I don't know the price. This is way before they had legal weed down there. And fucking we smoked it, took a couple hits, and then we were watching this movie called Fear with like Jennifer Lopez and Mark Wahlberg, and it's like Mark when he's like young Mark, like Marky Mark in the yeah. And I'd never seen it, and I'm all stoned, and I'm like, and Karen's like, yeah, and we had this outdoor TV and shit, and our dad just would not shut the fuck up, dude, the whole time, and we're all like, and then he finally fucking gets up and he's like, this is why I don't fucking smoke weed. All I want to do is talk, and no one wants to talk to me. He fucking stormed off and went in the house.
I heard this story from Karen at his funeral, because when Dad died and we did that first camping trip when I was on house arrest, I never met anybody. Like, I didn't know who anybody was.
Yeah.
And
they hadn't really met anyone hardly either.
Yeah, but they watched me like grow up on like Facebook and stuff, and my mom watched them grow up on Facebook, but I had no idea who they were. And
fucking Facebook.
I know, right? But when I was a kid, the only thing Dad promised me was a fuck ton of Hot Wheels.
Yeah, did he get you some?
Oh, yeah.
He got me a shitload of rare, nice Hot Wheels, because every time he went anywhere, he'd buy a Hot Wheel. Fun fact, I'm named after the Corvette.
Dude, I'm pretty sure that our family went through like a drug period where they were like high as fuck on drugs, and they'd go to the store and just buy a shit ton of Hot Wheels, and they were collecting Hot Wheels. I'm not joking. I remember being a kid, and they all had totes of Hot Wheels.
Yeah.
And the ones that did that, I'm not gonna shout the names out. They're all sober now. They're killing it. I love them to death, their family. But yeah, dude, those are good times. But it sucked having all these Hot Wheels you can't even play with.
Well, because for the longest time until Kason was born, I was the youngest.
Yeah, you were the baby.
I was the baby.
Yeah, I know. I was the oldest, dude. No one gives a shit. Like, hey, when are you gonna pay the bills?
But according to my mother, I'm not sure how true this is, but according to her, Dad would always say, I have all these kids and none of them are into cars. This one's gonna be in the cars. So he would buy me Hot Wheels.
They tried forcing that life on me until you came around.
I know, until I came around.
13, I'm like, bro, I like to skateboard and hang out with dudes.
And I was over here like, I like to skateboard and hang out with
I know, you went out, you did a transformation. You went from like a skater to like a bull rider to like a greaser.
Well, I had a sport car
like,
before that.
Hey guys, you want to race down at the quarry?
I was like, greaser. I was thinking
We're racing for pigs today.
The amount of cars have actually gone from racing in pinks, because I'd always have these like shitbox cars that I'd buy for like $100.
I know, you'd be like, look how sick my car is, and I'm like, that's fucking terrible.
Dude, that thing was a piece of shit. But like all of them.
I see. I didn't even name the car. He did.
I know exactly the Subaru, the Buick.
Dude, I only had beaters, dude.
Yeah.
And now even when I have brand new like nice cars, I'm still like, does it sound like it's driving funny? Because I'm just so used to it being fucked up, dude. Like I always have car problems.
Well, like with her 4Runner that she's got, brand new 4Runner. And I'm over here like in my 6.0.
It's a big old gay.
Dude.
Yeah, it is.
She's like, yeah, it is. I think it's cool, but yeah, it definitely.
I had him.
It looks cool, but that's about it.
Yeah. But and I got my 6.0.
Yeah.
My 6.0 claims, clacks, does all sorts of bullshit. Yeah, exactly. It does that to me while I drive. Well, like, before it broke down fully, my entire truck would shut off and rip to the left and then lock my brakes up so I'd slide sideways down the road.
Yeah.
And, like, we had no idea why. Turns out it was, like, a major wiring problem. But I was always so
Turns out it was, like, we were on the verge of death at all times.
Yeah, pretty much. I had a 6.0 mechanic look at it, and the 6.0 mechanic was, like, in 30 years of me working on 6.0s, and out of the 8 broken down 6.0s I got in my backyard that are mine right now, I have never seen a 6.0 that could have killed somebody faster.
Dude, could you
Yeah,
imagine?
fucking
Could you
hell.
imagine like being that guy, like something like that, but it's like a disease. You're like, you have the rarest fucking disease on the planet. Like, I'd be so pissed. Like, that's just terrible luck, dude. Like, literally, bad luck.
Really.
Dude, like
bad
I couldn't
hand
win
on
the
draw.
lottery. No, dude, you got fucking syphilitis dickolic.
There's a lot of dick references in this podcast.
But well, what's a bad disease that's rare? It's so rare, I don't even know. That's probably a disease, dude, or it's a vaccine.
I got bit by a brown recluse once.
Don't get Jessica's using your eyebrows. I brought up vaccines.
You blacklisted my car.
What did I do?
Blacklisted my car.
What, you blacklisted it?
Oh, so
What is that?
Is that
Where you like taking the hood and just leave it?
So me and my buddy owned a tow company, and
Okay.
we were the #1 tow company in Central Oregon for like I think he still is actually, but when
What's
I
his
worked
name?
there, JJ, it's called Central Towing, and the reason why is because we get there the fastest and we got the best prices. Shout out to JJ.
And they have a calendar.
And we have a calendar.
They only have 2 months on it, though.
But when me and her first got together, she left me for her ex-boyfriend for assault.
Ooh,
4
shots
days.
fired, shots fired.
For like assault.
Let's air out the dirty laundry.
For like,
This is that point of the podcast where we air out each other's dirty laundry. What do you got?
so for like they got together for like a solid 4 days.
Oh, was it a
And-
good 4 days or was it?
Actually,
Some to
there's
be
a whole
desired.
Story, but yes, it was weirdly.
Oh shit, dude.
I hate this. She always told me it was the worst time she ever had. Now she's like, oh, it was a
She's
great
like, it was the
time."
best, dude.
Dude, well, now I know his dick's bigger. I just,
He treated me good. I was miserable though.
It's not
What?
about the size of the ship, it's about the motion of the ocean, right, baby?
shit, so the small dick gene runs in the Ullams then? I'm
Yeah,
just-
no.
But fucking, no, and her car broke down. The day they broke up, her car broke down. We were the
So she
#1 tow
needed you.
company. Yeah, well, yeah.
We hadn't broken up yet though, so we were in the morning.
And we were the,
And we're back with the word from our sponsors. Just for men. Because if ladies use it, it's wrong. They're gonna totally sponsor us, dude. I can already tell.
yes.
Dude, you barely touched your NA beer.
I know. I've been talking. I'm
What-
not
what
drinking
were
it. I'm not drinking it to get drunk.
What were you talking about before we
We-
paused it? The baby woke up, so I had to go put the baby back to sleep just because, like, you woke the baby up, you're putting it back to sleep.
And then you got beat viciously.
Oh, I did, yeah. And then I came out and she started fucking beating the shit out of me.
Yep.
Like, everyone's like, "Whoa, Jessica, stop!" Like,
The cops showed up. SWAT team was here.
Yeah.
Oh, it was fucked.
Yeah, and you guys really don't know if that's true or not because you have no idea how long this was paused.
But we're not serious.
We're not serious. This is the not serious podcast.
No,
my wife doesn't beat me in front of people.
Yeah, only at home. We were talking about how I blacklisted my girlfriend's car.
Oh yeah, you dropped her car off in the hood.
No. So her car breaks down, and when your car breaks down, people call your insurance, and
Yeah.
that insurance company gets a hold of a tow company, and they send it out to like probably
no-
20 tow
They
companies.
got rich people insurance, dude.
And fucking,
I got the just to
you got
get
something
legal
stuck in your
insurance.
beard. You got something stuck in your mustache.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
you
probably
got
the
it, you
coffee.
got it.
Yep, it's coffee.
But
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
I would have had to edit that out with all my good skills.
oh yeah.
Yeah, I
But,
fucking don't know.
So when they send that out, all the tow companies get a call
Yeah.
for it, and it's like whatever tow company can do it for the best, cheapest price, because insurances don't want to spend a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
When I got her car in, I knew it was her car
Yeah.
because it was.
Last name in the car.
I recognized the last name and I recognized the car, and it's like day 4 into her leaving me for her ex, and so I was immediately like, fuck her, I'm not taking that fucking thing. So as a #1 tow company, we're able to like blacklist vehicles. Like if
yeah.
we're like, oh, we've had them before, they're a bad customer, they don't pay up.
That's
they,
the best way to meet
they're
a
like-
future wife. Use
Dude.
like your business to intimidate her.
and well, yeah, and so we pretty much we
I
marked
swear
her.
to God, this is like that's so typical white trash. Like fucking what's that movie channel? The Hallmark. He shows up with a tow truck. He's like, "What are you doing back in town?" Like by the end of the movie, they're in love again.
But yeah, right. So I
just
blacklisted
drives me
her car.
crazy.
I said
Yeah, you
that
blacklisted it?
Yeah, I said that she was insane and like tries to fight the tow truck companies and stuff like that. I just called her batshit crazy, pretty much. And
They
then
probably thought it was fucking Brenda.
yeah, right. And so they actually ended up having to shove her car through her dealership, and the dealership had to bypass all of that to get her car. So they paid like $4,000 for her car to get towed out when it would have been a $300 tow if I picked it up, but I want to be a petty. And then she calls me later that night. And she's like,
"Oh, dude, she wanted it."
She was like, "Me and Tom broke up."
Oh yeah.
She was like, "I just want to talk to you, and I'm so sorry. I felt so bad, and I was crying."
Dude,
and I was like,
fucking-
"All right, whatever." So I was originally
you use your male dominance, dude.
I was originally gonna show. I was originally gonna show up to the house.
You just
and
fucking
like,
totally blew out the patriarchy right there, dude. You're like, fucking, here it is.
I was gonna show up to the house and like see her and just like spin her face and walk.
Yeah,
out
right. He showed up.
No, he said he was gonna talk to me about it, like make me feel better. He was like, "Fuck you, I'm leaving. Never talk to me again."
Yeah. Right. He showed up crying. He's like, "I miss you too, baby." It's just like he did.
What the fuck? You were the one
dude,
crying.
brother. That's kind of gay.
Hold on. Wait a minute. You're telling me you've never cried, Robert?
Dude, fuck no. I'm a man, dude. I fucking never cry. Except for if I watch The Notebook. I might tear up a little bit.
Notebook?
Yeah, The Notebook. It's a good movie, dude.
What's The Notebook?
Fucking Rachel McAdams, Ryan Gosling, dude. Fucking they're great.
Did you cry?
Yeah, dude, a little bit. Dude.
I cried during Old Yeller.
They got to, like, turns out
Old Yeller, yeah, Old Yeller got me to cry.
Yeah,
When they
that's
had
like
to kill the dog.
Dude, that's like rookie cry though.
Dude, I was 6.
Yeah, you fucking lame, dude.
My mom raised me on one mentality.
Yeah.
Or 2 mentalities, I guess. 1, an animal will hold more value than any human life.
Okay.
And 2, tomorrow you can change how you feel about me, but tomorrow a dollar stays a dollar. Therefore, you're not worth more than a fucking dollar. And that was the 2 lessons that my mother gave me. And also, if anybody steps on your shoes, shoot them.
Dude, that's
That
from
one
when
too.
she lived in Oakland.
Yeah.
You guys
Oh, yeah.
have raging ADHD just in conversation.
Dude, what were we talking about though? I feel like it was very important.
You were calling me gay?
Oh, crying. Okay, no,
Oh,
dude.
yeah,
You've
crying.
never seen The Notebook though? None of you guys?
Oh my god,
Okay.
I love The Notebook.
Yeah, see, your girlfriend
Oh my
loves it,
God,
dude.
my
You
girlfriend
should watch it with
loves
her.
it. Fuck
She'll be
no.
like, "You're right, we love it."
Is it a romance
It is
movie?
a romance.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, it's a good one though.
Fuck that.
It's a good. It's like one of the true. It's like a romance that kind of depicts almost a realistic relationship. There's like borderline domestic violence, and it's
I
just
like
like
domestic
they love each
violence.
other, you know. Yeah.
I like
And
domestic
she slaps
violence.
the shit out of him a
Oh,
little bit, you know. But
fuck yeah.
as long as it's not
Strong,
the guy slapping
independent
her,
woman. Yeah,
if it's
yeah.
then it's a different kind of movie at that point.
Yeah, well, isn't it crazy how that works though? Like, have you ever gone on your phone and Googled like, why does my girlfriend hit me?
Yeah.
You know, like give you a bunch of options.
Well,
like,
yeah, of
how-
change your fucking
of, like,
behavior.
change your behavior
If
so
your girlfriend won't
doesn't
hit you.
And then it's like, why does my boyfriend hit me?
dude,
It's like, just call the cops.
I actually have, dude. That is a real thing, and it's like if you type in why does my girlfriend hit me, it'll tell you a bunch of reasons why you might be pissing her off.
Yeah.
And then if you Google why does my boyfriend hit me, it gives you all these like help hotlines and emergency
it's like-
hotlines for domestic violence and shit. It's totally like, but if you're a guy, it's like, dude, well, take the fucking trash out. You know.
Callie, tell me about the laundry fairy.
Oh yeah, I got my ass kicked
Yeah.
by Shyla.
Oh, yeah?
Because Shyla's my girlfriend, by the way. I got my ass kicked.
Tell her last name to
because-
everyone.
Fucking, yeah, right? You can find us on
And her
Pornhub
license
too.
plate.
No, I'm kidding. But I got my ass kicked because I forget what exactly we were doing. Something to do with she was folding my laundry, and then she was like,
As she should.
She
No,
was
I'm
like-
kidding. I'm totally
Well,
joking.
we're
I'm
getting
totally
it, we're
joking.
getting there, we're
I'm totally
getting
joking. I already
And,
know where this one's going.
and I pretty much she was like, "Can you help me?" or something like that, and I was like, "No, I don't know how to do that." And she was like, "How do you not know how to do that?" I was like, "The fucking laundry fairy does it all."
Dude, that's
Dude, yeah, I got my ass
Yeah.
beat that night.
that'll fucking do it, dude.
Oh, yeah.
That'll definitely do it. Yeah, no, that's why you need to have kids, because then you can
Free
make them do
slave
the
work?
Yep, exactly.
Yep,
laundry.
got it.
It's not even free. It's like
Shiloh, we're
indentured
going raw
servitude.
tonight.
It's indentured servitude. It's closer to that. You know, they're like little Irish people.
Oh, got it.
Like, hey, work for us for a while. We'll feed you and shit, and then at the end you can go do whatever you want.
Yeah, go to the
But-
pub.
Yeah, go to the pub, mate. Take a drink of the Guinness.
We're allowed to say that. Apparently, we're Irish.
Yeah, we are Irish,
I didn't know
so it's
that.
not racist.
I
Actually,
didn't
no
know
one
that.
gives a fuck if you're racist against white people, dude. Let's be real. So we can be racist as fuck against white people.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah.
Dude, and Timmy's not here, so there should be no more racism on this podcast for the day.
Oh my god, that was
Dude.
so
Are
bad.
you done doing it now?
Huh?
You done doing the podcast? That was it?
No, done doing the podcast? No. No, well, Timmy's not here, so
So there's no need to be racist.
he's I got a black cousin. It's okay. Like, no, dude, it's not okay.
We love you, Timmy.
We
but
do love you, Timmy.
You may or may
He's
not
gonna
be
watch
racist.
this, and he's already mad. Probably, he's like,
Yeah.
I wish I should have been there.
He's got a
He did.
sense.
I saw him.
going
He was
off.
tired, dude. He was tired today, and he was building that fucking. When I showed up, he was building the ladder with his shirt off. He looked like he was fucking ready for
Where does he live?
bed. He's staying at his dad's right now.
Here?
Yep, because him and his old lady split, and she got the house. And
Oh, they
the
split
company.
recently?
Well,
thought
it's
they
weird.
split a
They
while
they
ago.
like got divorced twice now.
What?
Yeah, they like remarried or something. They like got split up. We're just blowing out their fucking dirty laundry. Nothing Timmy hasn't said on the podcast before. but yeah. So you know, it's kind of recent.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I
But
mean-
now he's with that new chick.
Oh yeah, you did say we're not supposed to talk about that. He honestly told me not to tell anyone, but then now he knows you guys have all seen. But he was like, he's like, my sister saw this one, like he sent a picture to his sister of the girl, and she's like, Timmy, that girl's got crazy eyes. And then he asked me, dude, she's got crazy eyes. She looks like she might 100% crazy eyes.
100% crazy eyes.
Red dots in the middle of her eyes.
Dude, it's like that. It's like that. The black actor with the lazy eye. What's his name?
Uncle Ruckus?
Yeah. Oh, Forrest Whitaker. Yeah. I fucking can never remember his name. I just remember that he's black and he's got a lazy eye. But he's like always a cop, and he's always like, "I'm gonna help you out today."
Calloway makes fun of this girl I work with that has a lazy eye.
Oh yeah, Shyla.
Dude, you're like,
His
get a
coworker.
fucking job, eye.
No, she's got a lazy eye. Me and her dad always make fun of her.
Like a really bad
And
lazy
every
eye.
time she mentions her name, me and her dad will just sit there and just go.
Oh, dude.
It's so bad.
Dude, I feel bad for the. You know who Angel Reese is? The WNBA player. She's like the yang to
I'm not
Caitlin
allowed
Clark
to look
yang.
at other girls.
Oh well, they're kind of. It's like barely girls in the WNBA. They're kind of.
she's
They can
staring
kick
at
our
me.
ass, dude. You know what
She's
I mean?
like literally about to
But
beat
anyway,
me right now.
anyways, Angel Reese, dude, and everyone posts. She's kind of got a little bit of a lazy eye going on, and they post like pictures of Sid the Sloth and her next to each other. Their eyes are all like going different. Right? Hey
my
guys, how you doing?
Do you want to flip our little guide?
Oh, dude, I totally. So we didn't really talk about it though. We tried to do a podcast on Wednesday. It's one of the shorts popped up, and Timmy has these mushroom supplements from fucking the smoke shop, and like I read it because I love acid. I fucking mushrooms fucks with me, dude. I get like way in my head, and every time I do it, I like regret it. Like I'm like, fuck, I don't like this. This was even worse because he told me. No, they're just supplements, dude. They just give you like a little bit of a body buzz. Like you'll feel fine. It'll be hilarious. No, dude, I took and he insisted on me taking 3, and I was like trying to like debate. I was like, I'll take 2. He's like, no, take 3, take 3. I take 3. We start doing the podcast. We're like 3 minutes in, and I'm like, nope, I can't fucking do this, dude. Like everything was fucking moving. Like it fucking felt like I was on mushrooms. And he only took 2, and he made me take 3. And he's like, oh, you're just bigger than me. I thought you needed one. I'm like, fuck you, dude. And I told him, and then he's like, sitting there, he's like, actually, these are kind of strong. I can't believe that shit's legal. Well, I googled it, and they don't have psilocybin listed on it. But they there was a recent study, and they studied 5 different brands that did it, and 4 out of the 5 had psilocybin in it. And like it's just not listed. And I'm like, isn't that lying?
I think the last time I took shrooms, it was on a camping trip. I got high as shit, and we were at Settle Lake, so when you're at the water,
Yeah.
you can see the highway that goes over
Yeah.
the pass.
Yep.
It was nighttime, and all the headlights and taillights were passing on the pass through the trees, and I shit you not, I sat there for like 6 hours straight,
Oh, yeah.
just like so dumbfounded by these headlights
Dude,
going through trees.
we used to take acid, and we used to play Mario Party for like 4 people play Mario
wanna
Party
do
for
that.
like 8 hours. You have to like you're like so fucking dumb, dude, and you're like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. and fucking you like trying to run straight and you can't even make the dude. It's a fucking hoot.
I want to do that.
That's right, dude. It's a good time, dude. But mushrooms. The last time I had taken mushrooms before this was at it was Sublime with Rome and Slightly Stupid, and fucking we went there and somebody fucking dropped a meth pipe in front of the whole crowd.
Fuck yeah.
And like I didn't know this person was with us and they were a friend. Because I didn't see him drop it, but like it dropped and shattered, and I'm all fucking. I think I was high on Molly at the time, and I'm like, that's a meth pipe. You know, and I was all drunk too, and this is a while ago. And then fucking yeah, and then it turns out like it was somebody else with us, and I fucking totally put them on blast. They were trying to they're like, why do you sneak a meth pipe into a concert, dude? Just like do your meth and then fucking go to the concert. It's gonna last longer.
Yeah, it's gonna
you're
last
gonna
like
be
a
fine.
day. It's gonna be good.
But yeah, and then so then somebody's like, hey, do you want to take shrooms? And my buddy gave us this mushroom, and it was penis breath. Dude, he was so high, he held his shit together because the next day he's like, oh, I forgot I did that because he was already so high when he gave it to me. It fucked me up, dude, and I was having a bad time for a minute. Then I ended up, Kyle walked me through it and Jessica walked me through it. They got me a chair and I took my shoes off and I had my feet in the grass, so that helps. You're grounded. It's so weird. I can fucking eat. I ate a 10 strip of acid once and I was totally fine. You know, I mean, I'm like fucking out of my mind, but like I'm not freaking out.
Yeah.
But like I get super introspective with mushrooms. I start like thinking like, oh my god, I have so much shit I gotta do. I gotta do it now, but I'm fucking high on mushrooms. Like, you know, it's never gonna happen.
Mushrooms like really take off with your mental state.
Yeah.
Because like with acid, I can be having the worst day ever and do acid and be like, wow.
Yeah, dude. You're like, this isn't normal. I love it. Dude.
But like if I'm like on shrooms, if I'm not in a good spot, I can freak out. But when I was younger, my mom, she would catch me doing shit, and she knew I was gonna fucking party and do drugs. I mean, she was
she was shooting BJs on you, dude.
BJs. Fucking. So when I was younger, she'd always tell me like, if you're ever too fucked up on something, just take more. Because if you're so fucked up, you won't know what's happening.
That's bad advice, dude.
So like, I was high.
He's all like doing fucking fentanyl for the first time and the last.
Well, I took shrooms at my buddy Quentin's house, and we were all higher than fuck. And I was starting to panic. I was like in the bathroom, laying in a cold bathtub.
Bathrooms are the worst place to be on, especially they're all white and shiny. You're like, oh my fucking god! What?
I had all my clothes on, and I was in wet water, cold water, and I was fucking sitting there freaking out. And so I was like, fuck, my mom told me to take more if I'm ever fucked up. So I went and popped some more.
Yeah.
Like 40 minutes later, I'm sitting there, and there's a video of me somewhere on my phone of me at a refrigerator with my head to the fridge, just going, how's your day going, Mr. Refrigerator? I spent 3 hours of my night talking to a fucking refrigerator. Like, just sitting there.
So when I was at the concert, I was so high, and like people would come up and see us, and usually they're drinking or something, they want to talk to us. I like can't talk to people. Like I have to let them know that I'm not in my normal right. So they would come up to me and I'm like, I'm super fucking high on mushrooms right now. Sorry, I can't talk. I swear to God, dude. People over and over again, and I just couldn't do it. They're like, okay, I was actually trying to say hi to your wife, or you know, who the fuck is this guy? You know, but yeah, I just
Robert's just over there in the porta potty,
one time we had invited these people over. It was Jordan Harding and his girlfriend. And we were going to play board games. Well, then some other friends showed up, and they brought a bunch of mushrooms. And, like, they're like, you guys want to take mushrooms? And we're like, oh, God, okay, I guess. And we all took mushrooms. And then I started panicking because I'm, like, don't like mushrooms. And they were, like, the people came over, and we're, like, starting to get really high. And we were like, let's just not tell them we're on mushrooms. And so we're all sitting at the table, like... and fucking, I'm like sweating profusely. Like no one else is sweating. Like what the fuck is going on? You know, why am I the only one sweating? And then fucking, I just said we were playing this game called Utter Nonsense, and you basically have cards. The person that's a dealer, it's kind of like Cards Against Humanity. The person that's a dealer pulls out the card, and it's the accent that you have to say your card in. And then you have cards, and you look through it and see which one's going to be the funniest in that accent. And I had to go first, and I had to say something. I remember what it was, but I had to say it in like a moaning accent. an orgasm accent, and I had to say it, and I was like, oh yeah, very good. And then I panicked, and I ran upstairs. I made a huge scene. I had to like fucking turn on the tub, and I just dunked my head in the tub. And then I came downstairs, and I was like,
dunked your head in the tub?
Yeah, and I like got
Did
my
that
head.
work?
Yeah, it kind of worked. It cleared me up, and then so I was just like, I'm just gonna come clean you guys. And so I like went downstairs and I sat down, and they're like, are you okay? And they were all looking at us like, what the fuck is wrong with all these people, you know? And we weren't sure if they like were cool with mushrooms or not. And I was like, they all wanted to take mushrooms, and I took them too, and I regret it. Meanwhile, Jessica and Dylan, rest in peace, Dylan, and Turd, we're all fucking in the backyard with flashlights, like looking for frogs, dude, all night. And I'm just like, and then Jordan was like, "You want to play NBA?" Because I was like, I can't play a board game. And so he's like, let's play NBA then. And they're all looking for frogs. So I'm sitting there playing NBA, and I'm high on mushrooms, so I suck. And he's just like, damn, you suck, dude. Like, fucking
just fucking you up.
Yeah, dude.
Fucking.
You were looking for frogs?
Yeah, they caught a couple frogs, too.
Dude, playing video games on psychedelics is the hardest thing.
No, it's super difficult. You, like, forget all your motor skills.
Yeah.
You're like, wait, what?
Well, especially when you have, like, a PC. I used to have a PC when I went to college, and we took a shitload of acid, and I think we were playing, like, fucking Fortnite or something, and I have my dorm mate, he's, like, behind me playing on his PC, and no, it was Black Ops 2 Zombies.
Yeah.
That's what it was. It was on the giant map, and we're sitting there, and, like, we were good for the first, like, 30 minutes to, like, 45 minutes before, you know, the acid kicked in.
Yeah.
And, we're sitting there, and all of a sudden, it was just, like... And, like, I had like a zombie like come up to me, and like we were good at this game before. Like we'd be sober and we'd get up to like rounds like 130. We almost broke the world record.
Like, did you see my head explode, dude?
We're going for it. And we I think died like every 3 rounds, just like fucking dead. And we'd always freak out. We'd just get scared as shit of the zombies, and so like we just like put our hands up like they're coming through the screen at us or something.
One time we were in high school, and we all took mushrooms, and we were like playing Halo 2 on Xbox.
Oh, I miss Halo 2.
And fucking we were like playing against each other, and we were like in different corners of the game, not even hunting for each other, just like looking at things in the corner, and like fucking tripping out on the video game graphics. It was the most passive session of deathmatch ever.
It's wild to think about how, like, when I was younger, they always tell you, like, oh, don't do drugs, stay away from drugs, and all of that stuff. When I was younger...
Those are good ideas, folks.
Yeah.
As a recovering addict and alcoholic, we say these stories for fun, but we don't tell the bad stories. Calloway does tell the bad stories. I keep mine on the DL.
Hey, I got some way worse ones, okay? But those might be too incriminating for stuff. But, like, when I was younger, people would always come and be like, stay away from drugs, blah, blah, blah. And when I was really young, I was like, dude, like, where do people even find drugs? I was like, they're so illegal, like, they're so hidden. Like, you can't just walk around and go buy drugs. And then I started skateboarding, and I was like, this is where people buy fucking drugs.
Yeah,
that's at the fucking skate park.
And I've always thought that was ridiculous. Like,
the skate
let's
park
go to
is
the
such a
most
bad
suspicious
rep.
place
Yeah.
to sell our drugs.
Let's go to the kids that are known for being drug addicts.
When I was there, we never. I don't think I ever did a drug deal at the skate park.
No.
When we were kids, we would go somewhere and do it. Be like, we would meet and be like, yo,
like, let's
you guys want to go get some weed?
This.
Dude,
Yeah.
I remember being fucking like 14, 15 years old and being like, let's get a dime bag. And like 15 kids were going to share this dime bag. Fucking, and then, you know, they ripped us off. So we got like 0.5
nice.
for $10. But those are the classic days, you know.
I think my favorite thing is that when I started selling, my mom, she used to sell in Oakland, and she'd always be like, you're a fucking retard. You're selling this for dumbass prices. You're not going to make shit.
She's like, you know what the market value is?
Yeah, right? And then...
That's always good for a mom to say when she finds her kids drugs.
And then once I got older, I started, like, learn how to, like, actually, like, weigh stuff properly and sell stuff and, like, you know,
you're supposed to learn that in school.
Yeah, well, I skipped school to sell drugs, all right? I saw that one dude in a Corvette, and I was like, fuck, I'm going to be there.
Yeah, the dare guy.
Yeah, the dare guy.
Yeah, they don't show you the picture of him getting, like, anal searched for drugs when he goes into prison. It's bad, kids. Don't go.
Don't go. But then, like, I grew up, and I was like, I'm not going to sell drugs anymore. I'm going to get a normal fucking job. And now I see like our cousins, Tylea and McKenna, like they're trying to sell drugs, and I literally went up to them, and I was like,
You're throwing shade on, dude.
I am
Fucking
throwing shade on them. And
what? They watch, dude.
it was mainly McKinnon.
Oh.
And
Yeah.
and fucking he'd always be like,
What kind of drugs are we talking about?
Right.
just like weed and joints and shit.
Oh, that's cool.
Like,
That's like if
Well, I'm not
that's
gonna
like us selling beer back in the day in high school. Like it's legal, you know. Like,
Okay, well, I'm
hey
not
man,
gonna-
here's a 6-pack. Give me $20 for it.
Well, I'm sure they sold other stuff, but I ain't gonna disclose that.
Yeah.
But fucking, but allegedly,
Dude,
But,
I did ketamine once, and so I was in fucking Arizona, and
and died just.
no, pretty much, dude. And I thought I was a badass. You know, I moved down there. I'm like, dude, fuck, because back down there they were like ravers. They did, you know,
Yeah.
a little bit of coke every now and then. It was like
But here-
rave drugs, ecstasy, and stuff. Where people like in high school here are doing like meth and heroin and
Yeah,
shit,
yeah,
like
dude.
you know.
Fucking-
And so I'm like, nah, dude. Like we bought all this ketamine. We all split it. And they were all taking lines like this big, and they gave me like this much. And I was like, oh, dude, fuck you guys. I paid as much. You need to give me some. And they're like, no, Robert, you don't need this. You've never done it. And I was like, oh, I've done way more drugs than you. You know, just being a drunk dumbass, dude. And I fucking snorted it. And it might have been 5 minutes. It felt like 5 minutes, dude.
And
And
just
then I
fucking
turned around
dead.
and I had to crawl to the bedroom. And I curled up in a ball on
you
the
know
bed. And I stayed there. They tried coming to get me. And I'm like, if you touch me, I'm going to throw up.
Have you ever done
It was the worst.
Quaaludes?
No, I've never done Quaaludes. I'm not fucking Johnny Cash, dude.
Okay, my mom told me that she did Quaaludes once.
Yeah, really?
And yeah, well, because they don't have them
You
now.
mix the uppers
Like,
with the downers.
yeah, well, I mean, they don't have Quaaludes now. I'm too young for
Yeah.
them. You can't even like find them anywhere.
It's that
Fuck,
little
I-
blue pill, right?
Yeah.
You know, like,
pretty
fucking,
sure.
yeah, dude, I love these Quaaludes.
Yeah.
Really gets the blood
Fucking-
pumping.
Always. But fucking, my mom was telling me that she did Quaaludes while driving once.
Oh, yeah?
And she was like, dude, that shit's just like fucking ketamine. Like, you just, 1 minute you're good, next minute you're just
Your mom sounds like Larry the Cable Guy. Yeah, dude, your mom's one of those trans Jengas.
Dude, this is gonna blow up. My mom's gonna be like, oh, Robert's doing a podcast.
Yeah.
And she's gonna be like, oh, my fuck up son's fucking ratting on me.
Dude,
on
this
this
is
shit.
hey, this was last minute. This was the only substitute guest we could get. Okay,
This-
don't judge
aw,
us for what he
shit.
says. No, I'm just kidding. I feel like you've done
our
good.
board is like covered
Oh
up.
yeah, turn the board around. We can't even see that,
the board.
producer. Dude,
I'm
how
just
are we
trying
supposed to know what time we're at? She's just slacking today.
Oh,
It's all that
oh,
tie dye,
I
and she
it
got
in.
tuckered out doing the tie dye.
I got tuckered out from fishing.
She's like, "Do you know how much I've done?" I'm like,
Okay,
"Yeah."
what's on
tie
the
dyed 3
agenda?
shirts and made 6 pizzas.
Okay, so we went through
Oh, we talked about where Timmy is.
federally legal mushrooms.
When is a special day?
Oh,
Cal
about me,
and Shy.
about me and her
When
getting married.
You guys gonna get married? That's we talked about kids. I mean, it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
Um,
How will the family camp trip
How-
go?
yeah, how
That was a
will-
good one.
These are totally like baby shower topics. Like, just because, like, who will have a baby next? Like,
Who's-
our fans are like, what the fuck is this gay shit?
Where's the drunk
They're
guy?
like, we're fucking degenerates. We want to hear some terrible stuff.
Where's the drunk guy talking about beating
Where's the
dudes in
drunk
rodeo?
cowboy? We're missing that energy tonight, dude.
I
the
know
drunk
we
cowboy,
are.
but
It's too mellow with just us.
yeah, but that's okay. We're
We
a
need
couple
Timmy
mellow
grabbing
fellows.
the mic and
Yeah.
running away with it.
Oh, fucking goddamn it! We're missing you,
My
Timmy.
cousin's blind.
Yeah, R.I.P., buddy.
R.I.P. Timmy.
People are like, he's back from the dead. He's Jesus. The next time he's on the podcast,
You get him drunk enough,
dude,
you might
we'll
be.
post him on. Yeah, dude. Have you? So I was trying to tell you earlier. So there's this episode. I think we were talking about like natives or something, and South Park. There's this episode of South Park.
Oh, yeah.
And it's all the Canadians open their box because the Princess of Canada is taken. And so, like, Ike gets called back to Canada, and he gets chosen with 2 other guys. One's like, wears a bag. He's the
Yeah.
ugliest Canadian. The other dude's Scott. He's a giant dick. He's just a dick, but
Yeah.
then he, like, had radioactive poison, and he became a giant dick.
Is that the one where he was like stealing the kids?
Well,
from
he's
the-
like, I know who took the princess. It's the damn native Canadians. And he's like Eskimos, and he's like, goddamn ice beaners.
Is that the episode where the dude like was taking guys and making them jack off with buffalo sauce so their dicks would fall off?
No, that's a good one too, dude.
That was I like that episode.
Dude,
South Park should just sponsor us.
Apparently, South Park doesn't need it. They're fucking those guys, dude. Could you imagine? So I watched a documentary about them, and the one of them, I don't know if it's Trey Stone or Matt Parker because I never know which one's which. I know what they look like.
Yeah.
But yeah. And one of the dudes, not the Jewish one. Cartman's mom's based off his wife, like she was his fiance or something. They were gonna get married and they were in college and they were just making dumb videos and stuff. And she cheated on him, and so then like he made Cartman's mom and she has the same name, and just made her like a big fat bitch and a whore and stuff like that. And then they got super famous. Just imagine being that girl, dude. Like you cheated on this guy in college. Now he's worth like $120 million, and you're forever immortalized as a whore on this cartoon. Who's a hermaphrodite? At one point, she was Cartman's dad, not his mom.
Oh man.
Yeah, and that's so 2025, you guys.
I want to go fishing.
Dude, I'm going to get my ass kicked by a big trans woman soon. I know it.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, you are. We're going to have the fucking feds knock on the door.
Would you talk about bitch? Like, sorry, ma'am.
Good sir now.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. That's like Joe Rogan always talks about how fucking, what's the one, non-binary? He's like, that's the easiest one. You just say you're non-binary and no one can say shit. Now you're part of the club too. I swear, dude. That's why, this might be insensitive, but I swear the reason that trans and gay is so like popular right now and non-binary and all this sexual identity is because white people are tired of being told they can't be victims, so they join that LGBTQ and they're like, "Now you can't. I'm a victim. Give me my fucking free Starbucks." Like, I'm non-binary. Yeah, I'm married to a woman and have never touched a man's dick and wear all men's clothes and love sports and drink fucking Bud Light, but I'm trans.
But my name is now Ronnie.
Yeah, that's like it's kind of gay, but not totally.
Not gay.
I'm Ronnie, guys.
But I'll still kick your ass.
It's like, dude, I told you those white gays, the gay whites, dude, they're the ones you gotta watch out for.
But they're
reliable, dude. They'll show up to clean your house
and clean your back door.
I had this uncle in Arizona, and he's gay, and he's like flaming gay. I love him. I'm not gonna say his name because I don't want to put him on blast, and the cops might be looking for him. But but he's also a tweaker.
When are the cops not looking?
He's
for
also a
people in our
tweaker.
family?
Hardest person to know if is a tweaker because he's like one of the gays that's like, "Hey girls," and he's all like fucking manicured and takes care of himself. So you like can't tell this dude's been up for 6 weeks on meth. And you just think that's how he is, dude. But he's fucking a crazy dude. He's like, I'll put my biggest ring on and hit that bitch in the face.
Some boondock style right there.
Yeah, Dad and him they did drugs together. That's how Karen and him met.
Oh, really?
Because he was doing drugs. Like originally she kicked him out of the house because she caught him doing drugs with Brett. She's like, I'm not marrying him. That's when he got clean from drugs.
No.
For like those
he got clean for
8 years.
love?
Yeah, he got clean for love.
But he didn't get clean for us?
Well, no, he relapsed, and once you go back, it's harder to come back out, I think.
Well,
I thought it was going to go black.
No, once you go back, you can't go black. I told Jessica, once you go Mexican, you can't have white sex again. And she's still on the fence about it. She's on the fence.
I'm not even all the way Mexican. I'm white too.
Yeah, you're just the best of both worlds.
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Well,
she's ruining the joke.
She's ruining my. Damn it, Jessica! I rehearsed this.
This was
You know how many
scripted.
hours I sacrificed?
This was all scripted.
All scripted. We're not that
scripted.
serious. What else did we do recently? We had.
We definitely need Timmy here.
No, we got a new car.
Oh yeah, the new car, the 6.0.
Yeah.
It's not a 6.0 Power Stroke. It's
I
cool as mine.
was fucking rolling through the town, dude, today, listening to some fucking Metallica.
Saw.
Sleep with one eye open, gripping your pillow. Yeah, dude.
Dude, fucking selling his dope out the window. His
dude,
black
fuck it.
Chevrolet.
I know. I told Jessica I need to get some black rims, dude.
Yeah, dude. Fucking no, you gotta lower it, and then you gotta put some
I'm not fucking lowering it, dude.
lower it, and then put some like 24 chromey domies on it,
No.
and then you're just ultimate drug dealer.
I'm gonna put some black rims on it so people know I'm fucking cool, but that's about it, dude.
I don't think that's how it works.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, damn, dude, black rims.
I got black rims.
Black on black, dude.
I got black rims and I'm not cool. And also, I already know if there's any car person watching this, they're gonna be like, they're not rims, they're wheels.
Yeah, dude,
Just
I
to
know.
let you
But
know.
whatever, dude. I'm gonna get hubcaps and spray paint them and fucking throw them on there, dude.
Spray paint them and call them
Can we
rims.
get the ones that spin?
Oh, you want to get some spinners,
The
dude?
spinners. Dude, the chromey domies.
Yeah,
I'm
dude.
telling you. You
But
gotta
in
get them.
black. Black on black
Yeah, but
crime.
then only Jessica can drive it.
And put a light under, like a blue light under the bottom of the outside of the car.
Yeah.
an LED light. You know, I have cop lights in my truck.
Yeah, he has cop lights. Those are illegal, you know that, right?
I know.
Yeah.
I pull
You
people
should-
over all the time.
I dare
I'm just
you.
kidding. I don't.
I dare you to pull a cop over, dude.
So actually, there's a video
Like,
on
what
my
the fuck?
phone.
Is that Larry?
there's a video on my phone. I'll show it to you later if I remember. But Officer Dixon
is
pulled
that-
me over.
Was there?
And-
There's one where you ran from the cops. I watched a video of
Oh,
you
there's
that you,
tons of
that
them.
you posted, and you like fucking outran the cops and
There's
got away.
Tons of them. I always outrun them.
Dude, I did a switcheroo when I
Not
was.
anymore. Not anymore. This is way back in the
Dude.
day when I was a minor and you can't charge me.
Dude, so I was 17, and we were all partying at Mason Westmoreland's house in Terrebonne, and Timmy was like, "Come out to my ranch and pick me up." So we went and picked up Timmy from the ranch, and I was driving, and Mason was the only one with a license, and I went and there was like 5 kids in the car. No, we were all 18, and I went and picked him up, and we were coming back down on the back road, and this cop was going the other way. And, like, I watched him in the rear view mirror fucking flip his lights on and flip a bitch. So I, like, took the first left and pulled over, and me and Mason swapped seats, and we totally got away with it. But, but then the cops were, and I was 18, still in high school, but I had my medical marijuana card for epilepsy. Yeah. And the cops were like, "Smells like marijuana in here." And I was like, "Oh, that's me, officer." You know, and this is when weed was like just now becoming medically legal.
And Robert was like, "I can do this now."
I was like, "It's me, officer," and he's like, "Excuse me, like what? It's you?" And it's like, "Yeah, here it is." And I had it all in this blunt bag, and then I was like, "Yeah, I'm a medical marijuana card holder. Here you go." And then he like tried to confiscate my weed, and fucking, I was like, "No, I'm not giving it to you. That's my medication." He's like, "Yeah, but like, how do I know you're not sharing it with all these other people?" And I'm like, "Officer, everyone in there is 18, and if they smoke weed, that's on them, but I'm not giving it to them." And like a total dick, and I argued. He ended up having to give the superior, and the superior's like, "You can't take his weed. Give him his weed back." And I fucking felt like such a badass, and then he couldn't even ticket us for it, anything, dude. I just totally diverted. I was like smoking mirrors, like fucking yeah, this little
You're
short
like,
guy
"I'm
was driving.
stoned." Fucking no, I've outran the cops a few times with Dad,
Yeah,
and Dad drives absolutely insane.
yeah.
Like, I thought I was a fast driver until I got in his rackety Honda Civic with no clutch on it.
Yeah.
And he would float gears everywhere, and we got lit up, and he was like, "Fuck, do you have a license?" And I was like, "No." And he was like, "Shit." And so he fucking just floated down to second gear, and he's like, "Oh, wah, bah, 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 bah," and then slams it up, and he just fucking takes
Yeah.
off. We went down Helmholtz Way, and then, like, mid-chase, I'm like, "This is the road I outrun the cops on." And he goes, "Oh, well, the apple didn't far fall from the tree, did it?" And I was like, "Well, fuck."
You make him sound like Smokey and the Bandit or something.
No, he's just a cigarette smoking dude.
Yeah,
just
dude, his
ran
voice
for the
so
cops.
raspy. I remember when he first moved back to Oregon. We went to Timbers.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Like, fuck.
I like to go fast, dude. He would talk about cars every time, and always be like, "Wap, wap, wap."
Yeah, right.
But yeah, I remember when he first came back to Oregon. We went to Timbers to do karaoke because we always did karaoke in Arizona. And he got up there and he did Rob Zombie's Dracula.
I love that song.
Like, and he fucking did it pretty good, dude. And it's just like an old.
I think I had it recorded.
Yeah, it's like an old person country
What?
bar. There's and everyone was like,
What the fuck?
and it was like, "That's so weird. Everyone loved it in Arizona."
Well, that
Everyone's all singing like Whiskey Lullaby and shit.
And
Put
Dad's
'em
just
out.
on the fucking radio,
Yeah, dude.
screaming in the mic.
Dude.
Well, that raspy voice, like, really.
Dude, and then you know what was hilarious was like one time we were in Vegas. I went to Vegas with some buddies, and I was 21, and we had my buddy Pear from Norway. He was a foreign exchange student
Oh,
that
that's
we always
sick.
partied with. And we got him deported, dude, because we got busted and got MIPs at a bonfire, and so he got sent back to Norway like a month before
Are you
graduation.
hearing this?
And she knows it, and so we
He
went.
corrupted
So
me.
yeah, she's my other foreign exchange student.
Oh, shit. All right.
No, yeah, no. So,
That's the
anyways,
end of the video.
he came back from Norway, dude, and we were all in Vegas. We did like a boys trip. We were all turned 21, and we went back there, and we immediately, my buddy Alex had just graduated and was HR manager at a Macy's there, and so I was like, "Can you get ecstasy?" And so we got a shit ton of ecstasy, and so we were walking around Vegas, Per is rich as fuck. His parents in Norway, they're like, his mom works half the year in China. They're like both engineers, both parents. So he's loaded. So he brought like $30,000. We all like, I brought like 800, and I thought I had a shit ton of money, you know, and for my whole McDonald's check, and fucking
Yeah, right.
I know back then it was more like $400.
Okay.
But yeah, so we doing this. Per's fucking. Well, first we went to Marquise. He had bottle service. We couldn't find Cody. It was like $5,000 for bottle service.
Holy
and
shit.
fucking, he was like, they were running his card and having issues because he's from Norway. They thought it was stolen or something.
Yeah.
And luckily, he didn't pay for it yet. We were already in the club, though, with our shit. We couldn't find Cody anywhere. Cody's a little guy, and the ecstasy didn't really agree with him. Plus, he was cut off at bars on the strip at 1 p.m.
Oh, nice.
And falling in bushes and shit. And so we saw him from the balcony up top, and he's just throwing up out down the fucking. We're like, oh, Cody's down there. So we go out, we get Cody, and then we walk across a footbridge, and there's a rave going on. It's $20 to get in. Fucking most expensive drinks ever, dude. It was literally, we're tripping nuts on Molly. There's fucking foam coming from the ceilings. And, you know, in Paris from Norway, he's never been to anything like this before. He's fucking freaking out. There's these chicks going around. All the drinks were like, it was like $40 for a fucking Jaeger bomb.
Holy
And all
shit.
the chicks were going around with trays and giving out free drinks. And I was with Pear the whole time, and Pear's just rich and fucking on Molly. He's like, I love you. Here, take it. Like, he's just tipping her fucking 20s every time she comes.
Holy
So then she
fuck.
comes up and she's like, hands one to Pear, and then she hands one to me and Garrett, and she's like, you two share this. We didn't think anything of it. We drink it, dude, and we're fucking dancing. We're in the foam, fucking. Pear's in the middle, throwing out $100 bills, dude. I'm like trying to gather all of his money and get his money
Yeah,
back
right.
to him. I'm like, hey guys, he's fucking foreign. He's not used to this shit. That's how naive and young I was. Just Vegas, dude. No one gives a fuck. And so then this one guy starts to give back this money, and this fucking it was a prostitute, but it was like a man, a 6'5" black dude, but in high heels. And he fucking snatched that. He's like, that's his money, honey, and if he wants to give it away, he can give it away. And I'm like, oh, okay, sorry. And then next thing I know, they started taking Pear out. All these fucking hookers, dude, and they like grab Pear and they're like pushing him out. And I walk out of the rave and they're in the hallway of the casino and they're trying to get him outside and get him in a limo. And I realized all of a sudden I'm tripping on acid, dude. Like that lady drugged us. She gave us
you
fucking acid. Everything's moving, dude. I'm like, holy fuck, dude. Like, and you know, we'd been on the ecstasy for probably 3 hours by then.
Yeah.
And so I immediately found a security guard. I'm like, hey, those hookers are trying to kidnap my buddy. He's foreign. Like, he went over there, and then the big black dude, like that was the transvestite or something, or they used to call them cross dressers back in the day. There wasn't no fucking prehistoric name for them. But anyways, like he's like, oh fuzz, and then he walks by me and he's like, bitch. I'm like, oh god. And then that's
Robert's over here like,
yeah, dude.
move him.
Yeah, and then fucking, it ended up, Pear was fucked up because now he's on acid too.
Oh, nice.
And dude, it was bad. So we decided we were you could get a free limo ride if you just agreed to go to Sapphire, which was a strip club. We were staying at Circus. It's like across the street from the strip club. So we just took a free limo ride back to our thing. We tried getting in Sapphire both nights. They wouldn't let us in. One time because Cody was wearing swim shorts. The other time because Pear was fucking way fucked up, dude. They're like, that guy's not coming in. And so like we all went back to the hotel room. We had to put Pear in his own room. He's speaking to himself in one language and then responding to himself in another language because he speaks 5 languages. And then we all sat in the different corners of the room. We're like,
that would trip
this
me
acid
out.
is nuts, dude.
If one of my buddies was speaking to himself in one language
dude,
and responding in another,
he was out of it.
I would trip
He
the
was
fuck
out of
out.
it. He was a sloppy mess too, dude. I always made sure to make friends with the foreign exchange student kids, dude.
Oh, because you can just...
They're
they
awesome,
party.
dude. And
they party hard.
yeah, and well, I got another buddy that's from somewhere in Africa.
The only foreign exchange
he just actually messaged me. Okay, a couple years ago he messaged me and he was like, have you learned about Allah? And I'm like, no, but I know about Jesus Christ. And then he left it at that for a little while. But then he just messaged me and he's like, a couple times he's like, hey, can you help me get to America? And I'm like, I don't know if you're watching the news. Now's not a good time to come, dude. Like, dude, but you know, like they're gonna fucking ship your ass back out right away. You know.
We had one foreign exchange student, and he was Chinese, and he was the biggest fucking snitch I've ever seen.
Oh,
in my
really?
entire life.
He's like, oh, they're cheating on this.
Dude.
I got best score.
No, like this was more like. Well, this was more like his foreign.
I swear.
his foreign exchange parents was a school resource officer. So
Yeah.
like in China they have completely different laws than we do here.
Yeah, no shit.
And so he
It's
came
like,
here and with his foster parent or foreign exchange parent.
they're cops.
They're cops.
So he felt right at home.
So he was like,
Don't worry, I brushed my teeth.
so well, they were giving him all these laws about like drugs are bad. Everybody that does drugs is a felon. Blah blah blah. And
Meanwhile, they're just misdemeanors now.
And yeah, but so like I'm in. This is before I got expelled from Ben High. I'm in the bathroom and I'm selling Molly underneath the fucking stall of the bathroom because like I'm not gonna pass that shit through class. Fuck that.
No.
And Ben High, we had drug dogs at one point searching our hallways.
Yeah,
and
you guys are gangster.
dude. No,
Dude, that's
That
a
was-
big city, dude.
dude,
What is it,
fuck.
98,000?
Dude, Bend, Oregon. Welcome to Bend, Oregon.
Bend,
big
Oregon.
city.
We got the only Blockbuster, and now they have drive-bys.
True. We do have drive-bys now.
And do you hear the news about, I don't mean to cut you off, but like the big news now is the dangers of the bottle drop. It's like a big deal. The bottle drops become dangerous and local businesses are concerned.
Nice.
It's like, dude, somebody just go out and make bum fights too, dude. You guys
I
want
have-
$20? Fucking fight for it.
I have 2 TV show ideas
Okay.
that I want to do. One, we should just find 2 homeless people and just pay them to fight each other. And
That's
post
bum
on-
fights, dude.
I know, but then you post on
I think
YouTube.
that guy ended up going to prison or something, honestly.
But-
Dude, he showed up on Dr. Phil, dressed as Dr. Phil, and Dr. Phil kicked him off the show. He's like, you
This
think
is a-
that's a real big bad idea? And he's like, you're just a big hypocrite. You're exploiting people, too. You bring people on here with problems. And he's Dr. Phil. he had his head shaved on top and everything with the mustaches. Classic, dude.
All right. Well, since that one's taken,
Yep, that one's taken.
we should get.
Girls Gone Wild's taken, too.
No. We
That
should
guy
get-
went to jail, too. Apparently, a lot of those girls were underage.
Really?
Yeah, dude. Imagine if you bought those and you found out. You're like, damn it, dude, I'm a perv.
No. The second idea is we gotta get 10 men, and we gotta throw them. We gotta throw them all in like a hotel, and just like in one room,
Yeah.
and one
Where
man
we
is
45 minutes.
Okay, so we got
What-
like 25 minutes left.
about. We're bad at math.
Oh, yeah.
But
15.
one man
Yeah.
is straight,
One man.
and he has to
ruled them all.
convince all the other guys that he's gay. Now the plot.
Dude, this sounds like a very risky
hold
fucking
on.
show,
Now,
dude.
the plot is that they're all straight. So you're watching 10 men share a hotel room, trying to convince each other they're gay.
And they're all straight.
They're all straight.
Dude, how far will they go, dude?
Dude,
It's
that's
actually
what
a
I'm
good
saying.
idea for a TV show. I would watch this,
That's
dude.
what I'm saying. Somebody's gonna steal that from me. I'm gonna be fucking pissed.
Dude, okay, so, speaking of show ideas that I've already taken, we were down playing pickleball the other day, and so while we only had 2 paddles, and we had all the kids, so we're like doing pickleball tournament, 2 people would play, and then we had our golf clubs, and we were hitting closest to the tree with our pitching wedges and 60s, and it was like closest got 3 points, second closest got 2, third got 1, and you could get all of them. And I'm like, dude, all we need is cornhole, and we can fucking make our own special games. We'll call it the Special Olympics. And Jessica's like, that's already taken.
That's not
I
right,
fucking had
dude.
no idea, dude.
Look, you didn't know the Special Olympics were a thing?
No, dude. And now it makes sense because at my church, a couple of those guys are fucking schooling me at basketball, dude. I'm not even joking, dude. I'm just kidding. I knew about them, but these guys on the Special Olympics team, dude, fucking got skills.
Yeah, they're not just
Dude.
like they're still better than a lot of us. They're
yeah,
just not.
he's just fucking all about hoops, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
this
just-
one dude's like 40. His name's Eric. He's like in his late 40s and special needs, and he fucking got handles, dude. My ankles were sore afterwards because I'm all like, fuck.
He's just fucking bing banging
Yeah,
around,
dude.
dude.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Fucking
But-
hell.
Fucking
Hey,
hell.
bud. Yeah. So we're fucking getting there close. Is there? We got a time. Oh, I wanted to finish that Las Vegas story. So the
Oh,
next day,
yeah.
Dad came up to pick me up with Warren, Karen's dad, and they were supposed to pick me up. And we were all fucked up already. Still, we're like, it's Vegas. Let's stay another night. All my buddies were staying another night, and then they're going back up to Oregon. And I was going down to Arizona because
Yeah.
school was getting ready to start. It was end of summer, and we convinced Dad and Warren to.
Thought you were going back to
Yeah, I thought. So we convinced Dad and Warren to stay. And so we're all fucking drinking. We're getting them all fucked up. Warren's like at like 11 o'clock. He's drunk. He's like, I'm going to bed. I'm going to bed. And we're like, be ready. We're getting you a prostitute. This is my grandpa. And we're like, we're getting you a prostitute. And he's like, no, don't.
No.
He went to bed. And so we talked Dad into doing ecstasy with us.
Nice.
Oh my God, dude, he would not shut the fuck up. Like, every single person we saw he was talking to, he's like, this shit's so much better than it was in the 90s. And like, dude. And,
Dad lived for the 90s.
Dude,
every reference is from the 90s.
Yeah, dude, it's all fucking 90s and 80s. But so we did that. We saw a dead person on Fremont Street.
Nice.
He kept telling me because he was like, you're just a jackass. I'm replacing you. He was going to adopt Cody. He's like, he might be mine. He's blonde, blue eyes. And
Wouldn't doubt it.
And so we went to Fremont. We got into this bar and my dad would distract the bouncer by just talking his ear off, and the guy would be like, fucking go. And Cody was just holding a sweater, and he was sneaking in a bottle of Jaeger because we used the same limo service the second night, and we got the same guy, and he's like, you guys left your alcohol and shit in our car, but we were so high on acid, we didn't even think to call back. We're like, we're going to take this other limo. And so we got our Jaeger back, so they were sneaking in. We were just getting Red Bulls. Alex fucking hooked up with a married teacher. She was crying at the end of the night. It was fucking hilarious. But we're fucking on... I'm getting ready to go back to school. We're fucking rolling nuts. My dad's rolling nuts with us. Jessica calls me, and she's like, I'm pregnant.
and Robert, at that moment, was like, time to take more ecstasy.
Well, Warren was... At first, Warren was like... she's like, are you sure it's yours?
I feel like that is every dad's, like, first
okay, just
thing.
ask him. Just ask him.
I
Still get a test.
I asked Dad for girl advice once.
Never did get a test.
He is the worst, like, girl or relationship advice ever. I asked him because I was like...
I mean, he had like 9 children with like 5 different women.
Well,
and most of those relationships were pretty violent.
Yeah, well, especially him and my mom.
And him and Rachel.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
But, no,
you know what he told me once?
What?
And my mom would be happy to hear this. He said, your mom's probably the sanest person I ever had a kid with.
Yeah.
And I was like, actually, I kind of agree.
My mom's pretty sane.
Yeah.
She's got some homicidal and gangster tendencies.
Yeah, she's
but
insane in the membrane.
Yeah.
Insane.
fucking... But no, me and my girlfriend at the time we were arguing. And I was like, Dad, me and her are arguing. Like, should I have you drop me back off? Like, this is when we got shot at by Brian.
Oh, yeah.
And
this is not too long. It was like 6 years ago.
Yeah, 6 years ago. And he was like, it's when I was dating Jade, the Latina chick. And fucking...
Latina.
Dude, and fucking...
Hey, my girlfriend, she's Latina.
She,
don't say any brown jokes.
we were in like an argument on something, and fucking... I was like, what should I do, Dad? And he was like... fucking leave her and fuck a different bitch. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, this is the worst advice ever. And he goes, that's what I do. It works well for me.
I had my Reese, my dad that raised me. I was heartbroken for the first time ever, and that was my mom was like, to the point like I was all moping, teenage boy with his first heartbreak. And my mom's like, you need to go talk to him. And, we didn't have the best relationship as a teenager because I kind of had daddy issues. No, and he's just like... I was like, I love her. And he's like, you're not in love with her. You're just in love with the pussy. Now go find all of her friends. It was really bad advice, honestly, looking back, dude. It caused a lot of issues down the road.
Yeah. Well, no, the thing I hate is when Mom tells me that, like, oh, your relationships never work. Just settle for whichever one you can find. And
whichever one's going to not send you to jail.
And I'm like, or whichever one doesn't beat me.
They have such low aspirations.
So low expectations for me on relationships.
Just pick a nice girl that doesn't hit too hard.
Yeah, pretty much. Or like another one is like, when I first got heartbroken, my mom was like, Calloway, I would feel bad for you, but this is going to happen like 40 more fucking times. And I was like, no, it's not. The next girl I'm with, she's going to be the one. Like 10 girls down the road, and my mom was like, is the next one going to be the right one? And I was like, I promise. And she was like, you're a fucking idiot, dude. You need to get the fuck out of here.
Dude, just like on your wedding night, you're going to say your vows, you're going to kiss, they're going to get pronounced married, and you're like, in your face, Mom!
Dude, I don't think my mom's going to show up to my wedding.
Yeah, she'll be like, it's never going to last.
Well, when I was younger, she was like, I might have this kind of wrong. I was like 8 when she told me this, but she was like, if you ever get married to a mean girl, on your wedding night, I'm gonna break her fucking knees in front of everybody. And I was like,
Don't hurt my son.
So-
Don't hurt my.
well, and so that's what I thought. So I brought it up when I was like 14, and my mom was like, oh, not just hers. And I was like, who else's? Like her parents for raising a piece of shit daughter? And she was like, no, I'm taking yours out too for getting with somebody like that.
Yeah.
So
Then you guys will have
now-
a special wedding.
yeah, right. But now my mom, nothing will satisfy her. So now whatever wedding I have, she ain't coming, dude. I'm getting my fucking knees broken in
What a
one way or
weird thing to
another.
be judgmental. This wedding fucking sucks.
Dude, Dude,
I'm
yeah.
gonna break your kneecap.
Yeah,
All right,
fuck.
where are we at, Jessica? I think we're getting damn near close.
People are probably watching this and they're like, dude, who the fuck are these white trash
Oh,
people?
yeah.
This fucked up family.
Hey, we're not serious. This isn't actually how we are. This is just we're just really good actors.
You're good.
We're
Yeah,
good?
52 minutes.
All right. I just like to say thank you if you guys like this, or if you made it this far.
I'm
Like
going
and subscribe. You're going fishing. I'm going to
going
church
fishing.
to get this podcast off my soul.
Yeah.
I'm doing that tomorrow morning. Pray it away, you know.
Talk
you
to
can
the
do it for more
pastor.
than the gay, apparently.
Dude,
Just kidding.
we're gonna get this video banned
We're
from
gonna
how
be
many times we
canceled,
said
dude.
gay, dude.
No, I love the gay people, dude.
Well, I do too.
Well, some of them get pissed actually, but most
Yeah.
of them are chill. All right.
Anyways, we love gays.
That's a good